Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Bedley, and I'm going to be helping you to learn some geography right now, so let's get started. Alright, the first thing that you need to learn is about location, finding things on a map. And so the way you do that is here's a picture of, the Earth, a globe, a map, and we have some numbers that are going across that represent the lines that are going this way. So like that line right there is represented by the number 60, and this is north of the equator, so that would be 60 degrees north. Alright, so down here, that line right there would be 30 degrees south because it's south of the equator. North means above, south means below. Now, the way that you can think about this too is that most of you know that that right angle here measures 90 degrees. And the way that the Earth works for a map is that the equator runs right along here, and straight up to the North Pole would be 90 degrees, just like this angle here. And as you go along, it's different degrees as you get closer to 90. And so you can see this 45 right there is about halfway between the North Pole and the equator. Just like a 45-degree angle would be like halfway between like that. Let me get all these marks off of here. Now for the lines of the longitude, those are the lines that start up. This is the Earth here, here's the North Pole, here's the South Pole. They start up here and they work their way down to the South Pole, from the North Pole down to the South Pole. And you see those here on the map, like there's one right there. Make sure you have the video blown up as large as you can so you have a good clear picture of what this is. That would be 90 degrees east, because east is this way and west is that way. Here's the prime meridian, and that's right at 0. This is just kind of a random spot that's chosen by map makers a long time ago, and we're going either to the east of that line or to the west of that line a certain number of degrees. And you can see like this line here would be the 60-degree line, okay? Now again, knowing what you know about degrees and angles, we're looking down at the Earth right here, and this is the North Pole, and here is the prime meridian. Well, going that far around the Earth would be 90 degrees, and lo and behold, that is 90 degrees. This 90 right here is about 1/4 of the way around the Earth from right here to here, and the 90 degrees on this side, again about 1/4 of the way around the Earth. And if you go all the way to the other side of the Earth from the prime meridian, that's 180 degrees around the Earth to the other side. So hopefully you can understand why these numbers are there. It's not just a random numbering, but it does make sense. It does have a meaning to it. So now we're going to learn how to find an exact spot on the Earth on a map. Here's an example of 38 degrees north and 121 degrees west. Let me give you another one first before you try that one. Let's say we want to know what this spot right here is on the map. Well, that would, starting at the 0 here, we're going to go over to that line, and that line is, we start here and trace down, that's 30 degrees to the east. 30 degrees, oops, that degree sign should be over there, 30 degrees east. And then to get up to that exact spot right there, we're going to have to go from the equator north 15 degrees. So that's 15 degrees north. So we'd say that that exact location is 15 degrees north and 30 degrees east. Let's try another one. Let's say we're trying to know what that exact location is right there. Well, we're going to go starting at the prime meridian over until we hit this line right here, and we can trace that line as being 60 degrees, it looks like, 60 degrees to the west. So that would be 60 degrees west, and then we have to go below the equator here, and so we're going down, and again that's 15 degrees. So 15 degrees, but this time it's south, because it's south of the equator. So now what I'd like you to do is see if you can, see if you can solve these up here. You're going to see what is located at 38 degrees north and 121 degrees west. So start by going to the north of the equator. Here's the equator right here. And you're going to go 38 degrees north. So here's 15, here's 30, here's 45. So where would 38 be? Well, it'd be probably about halfway in between the 30 and the 45. See if you can beat me to the solution on this, okay? And then 121 degrees west. Well, here's the prime meridian right here, and we have to go west of that, which means we have to go over to the left, and we have to go 121 degrees. Here's 120 right here. So 121 would be a little bit over to the left of that. Oops, actually I messed up. 120 comes right down here. So 121 is just barely to the left of that. Let me take all those lines off so you can see that spot. And that spot comes in right about there. And guess what that is? That is the state of California. And then it says, what are the coordinates of Washington State? Now we need to know where Washington is. Washington's like right up here, right where I just put that blue dot, just north of California. So how would you describe that? Well, it's also about 120, maybe 122 or 120, something like that. And we're still to the west of the prime meridian. And then how far north is it of the equator? Well, it's not 15 degrees, it's not 30 degrees, it's not 45, it's even higher than that. Probably right up in there at about 50 degrees to the north of the equator. So let's see if we got these right here. And 45 north, 120 west. So that's about what we got, pretty close to the same. And of course we put California. So that's it for finding the location on maps. Stay tuned and watch the next video on geography so you can learn more.